Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. Today we're installing some cable rail on a current deck project we're on. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you like what you see today, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. Okay, so basically what we've done is, this is a unique install. It's called a fascia mount. So we had to install all the fascia brackets yesterday and kind of get them level and semi close to being in the right place. And today, oh, and then we actually installed the post yesterday as well. So we have the fascia brackets on the deck, the posts are installed, and the client wants kind of a matching top cap look. And this deck was existing. We actually laid new decking down, but it kind of has a couple of rolls in it. So we lasered the tops of our posts so that everything's nice and level, and then we made an adjustment for every single post, has an adjustment on it for the height. So every post is a different length, except for the sides, which are very similar in length. So right now we're installing a metal cap that we're gonna screw a PVC deck board to match the dark trim color. And then we have another cap that snaps in on top of that and kind of gives it some rigidity. So we'll be able to have 10 fasteners hidden fastened to the top cap everywhere in between each rail section. So that's what we're doing now, is we're kind of laying the framework for the rail. Once we get the top caps done, then we can start stringing up the cable. We might start doing that once our third man gets here. Might have him start stringing cable, pre-drilling some holes, whatever, and we'll start kind of getting this thing to the next level. So once we have our top caps on, it's just running the cable, tightening that up, and then we're done.
Okay, so this is our, I guess you could call it a U-channel. And then on top of this U-channel, we're putting a top cap piece of AZEK on here. So before we do that, I'm coming through and going about a ½ inch away from each post and drilling holes. And then right down the center of each post, drilling a couple holes. And then I'm going in between the center and the first holes and drilling some holes there. And then what those holes are going to do is we're using about 1.5 inch pan head screw, and then we're going to screw down from below. So that way, when we put our top cap here, it'll be a truly seamless board, and you won't see any screw holes at all. And that'll keep it locked in place with our cable rail system as well. So yeah, just a little bit of prep work before we lay our top cap on.
Alright, so I'm cutting in the top caps for our cable rail. Because of the way the metal top cap goes over the top of the posts, the ends are kind of unsightly. So to trick those out, we're going to do some folded corners. So the top cap's going to fold over the top of the rail, and I heat bent and glued these together, and it's all going to be hidden fastened, so it's kind of a cool effect. On this one I have to do a double. So I've got one side made, and the other side I have cut already. And now I'm going to heat this up and glue it together. What I did is I cut a V-notch, but I left a little bit of the material uncut, so that once I heat this up, I can glue it and fold it over. It'll give it a nice look when it comes over the top cap, and then it covers up that unsightly end. So here we go. Just got to let our heat gun warm up a little bit. And you'll notice, as this gets warmer, it'll start to kind of get weak on its own accord. I won't have to do a whole lot to it to make it drop. I like to heat the bottom a little bit first. And this takes a couple minutes. And that's kind of what you want. You want to get it fairly pliable so that you have a couple of seconds to apply your glue and your activator. I'm using 2P10 glue and activator. I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but you can kind of see where it's... I'm going to heat the backside some more. You can kind of see it just want to fall away. So that's pretty good. That's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply 2P10 glue to one side of this. A little bit of 2P10 activator to the other side. I'll fold that baby up, and in 10 seconds, you've got a solid miter. And then I'll go through and I'll take a knife and I'll go in here and I'll trim this glue out so that it sits nice and flush on top of the post and we don't have any problems with the install. So you can see a little bit of sheen from the activator, so it's better to use less than more, and I got a little aggressive with the activator. My son gave me a tip of doing a little bit lighter coating of the activator and then applying the glue.
That might be too much.
Well, I have a heavy hand. What can I say? "10 seconds. Done."
I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah, that was the least amount of blowout I had all day. The rest of them foamed up like, you know those rice things that you have at the Chinese restaurant and they throw it in hot oil and they expand up like this? Like those noodles or whatever? Man, I haven't had those in about a year and a half. Send noodles. We're installing the AZEK top caps on top of the cable rail system, and we're doing everything from a hidden fastener point of view. So we have pre-drilled, if we come down here, we pre-drilled all of our holes through the top cap, or the bottom part of the top cap, the metal part, and then we space this accordingly and clamp it, and then we put a 3/4 inch screw through the bottom in every location. So every 5-foot section, well, these are about 4 foot. What do we got in between here? 4'4", 4'5". There's 10 screws. And then once those are all screwed together, then there's a little beauty cap that goes up underneath here. And that's what Naz is doing right now, is he's installing all those snap caps, I call them, but they're beauty caps. So it hides all of our screws, and it gives it a little bit more rigidity. So by the time we get this piece on, and then we put the snap cap on, this becomes pretty stable. I wouldn't sit up here or walk on it, or if you're a gymnast, I wouldn't do any stunts on it, but you can lean on it. Put your drink on it. One down, 10 to go. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, please click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content, which is 3 days a week right now. If you like our videos, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.